wow, it connected faster than I thought. Oh well. That's fine. That's actually even nice that it contacted so quickly. Let me open up the chat so I can actually have an eye on it. Hi Ivy, hi Catcher Kitty 224, hi Cat Lover Lottis, welcome to the stream. A Sunday edition. Okay, there we go. Hi Rosella10AG, welcome to the stream, and hi Star, welcome to the stream. Whoops. Let me place my phone here. Hi T-Cat, welcome to the stream. Let me place my stuff here so I can actually see what is happening in the chat. And let me turn off the volume of my phone, just in case. Hi KB Cat, welcome to the stream. Oh yeah, let me switch the mode, just in case. But yeah, how is everyone? Am I the only one that is hyped? I hope this stream will be worth of your hype. And just when I'm about to start, Animate decides that it's a good moment to make auto-saving, because why not? Emma said she might, so we will see. So far I will start off this stream on my own, or the talking portion on my own. That's good that you're good. I'm pretty great. Today has been a very uplifting day for me, so that is nice. How has everyone's day been so far? What have you been up to? Or do you have any plans for today? That's good, Ivy. At least you have been progressive today. Or progressive. You have got a lot of things done today. That's Nightstar. Good luck with that. What have you been drawing, Gatlover Lottis? And hi, Ice Splash, welcome to the stream. It will be worth it in the end. That's cool. Have you been drawing your own human characters, or have you been doing some reference drawing, or? My day has been pretty productive, at least since the morning. Hopefully during this stream I get to be more productive again. Hopefully Kasha Kitty and I Splash you two will feel better soon. Ah, that's interesting. How are you adapting into your life in England? Did your parents get job in England, or did you move for fun? Yeah, fair enough. I hope you will like Europe. Or United Kingdom at least. Isn't Florida one of those places that has been credited for being like a perfect beach city? It's actually kind of fascinating how much like heat sand can actually drain into itself or store. I don't know which would be proper word for it. I can't speak for United Kingdom, but when I was living in Ireland during my exchange, there were some sunny days. Don't worry, Icy Splash, you will get used to it. Just put on a lot of sweaters and you should be fine. Hi Tony, welcome to the stream. Excuse me casually choking on my own saliva because that's what I do on a daily basis. I mean, Ice Splash, if you're not afraid of like different languages, you could always move to South Europe. Well, whatever your family decides on doing, I hope it will work out in the end. Yeah, let's have fingers crossed that PewDiePie can stand on the #1 spot at least, or like at least as long as he passes like how many million subscribers? 100 million? One YouTuber did a very good video about it. Unfortunately, I don't remember the new YouTuber's name on top of my head, but they had very good points when they were stating the case that even though it may be unavoidable at this point that PewDiePie will eventually fall, but as long as he reaches the 100 million subscribers first, that would be, like, that alone would be a victory for independent creators. Yep, the Andrea. Oh, hi, Emma.
There you go.
You don't have to always wait for me to notice you.
What if I want to?
I don't know. Then you can just sit there and wait, maybe for hours upon hours at some point.
Well, that's what I just did.
I mean, it has only been 20 minutes, or 10 minutes, or however long you have waited there.
Like, less than a minute?
I mean, an hour anyway.
Nah.
Can we all just agree that 1 minute is an hour?
No. That's not realistic.
Let me try and make it realistic.
No, that's not logical.
Are you sure that logic exists?
It doesn't. I'm sorry, but no.
Blinks?
Blinks back to let you know.
That we see in 22 days.
Honestly, that has been on my freaking mind all day. I feel like, holy crap, it's actually happening.
I actually love it how we are talking about, yeah, we are gonna see for the first time, but nah, that's not the main event.
Still, we're gonna see each other, you know?
Mm-hmm.
It's always a good time.
Yeah.
And like, yay, I'm getting to see my friends.
Like, otherwise I'm so alone in this cold, lonesome world, but then I get to see a friend.
A friend, just a friend, just one friend.
Yeah, just one friend, like, not other friends exist, I'm sorry.
Absolutely not.
Hi, you?
Hi, I'm actually pretty freaking great.
Oh, so we share the mutual feeling.
Yay! Good to hear that you're doing good too.
Yeah, today has been like a skyrocket day. I have been productive, I've been doing great in general.
That's awesome.
Yeah! And now just watch it that after this stream it's all gonna bumble down. Like...
No, it's not. No. No, don't even go there.
What have you been doing today?
I've actually not been too productive. I got the background down for a 1-year character here, and right now I'm doodling. But aside from that, I helped my mom with like snow chores, and we went to eat, and like, hang on. I lost my word for a second there. I found my scarf! I found it after like 2 to 3 years of being missing!
That's great.
I'm sad I couldn't wear it right away because it smells like dust, so I had to put it in the wash machine. But I finally found it!
You found it! You have your scarf back!
Yeah! I'm so excited!
Yeah! But those are good news.
They are very good news.
You found your scarf.
I found it! Like, the last memory I have of it was like in high school, aka like the first grade of high school.
Oh.
And that was like 3 years ago.
It has been a while.
It has.
I wonder will it take 3 years for me to find my oven. Not mittens, but the oven. Kinda mittens, but not mittens.
Kinda mittens.
Yeah.
What's that supposed to mean?
Well, you know, Julie was here. And we did some stuff with the oven. Ever since she left, I haven't found my oven kinda mittens.
You probably should ask her, did she take them?
I honestly should. I have thought about it like almost every day during the past week, but I haven't gotten around and texted her like, hey, did you accidentally take my oven kinda mittens?
Please give my oven kinda mittens back.
I hope that people understand what I talk about when I say oven kinda mittens. I'm talking about these things that are basically like... You probably know what I'm talking about. Or then you have no clue and you're just staring at me questionably.
Hang on, let me actually see what's that in English. Also, Ivy, I have a lot of emotional attachment to that scarf and it was missing for almost 3 years. Excuse you.
Be careful, Ivy. Emma still got the newspaper, you know. Don't get between her and the scarf.
Pony.
Patalappu. It's not a towel, it's more of like a square shaped most of the time, or round.
It's giving me like oven tag, but I'm not oven bib, oven bad, oven bib, and label. Interesting. Hang on, let me see the dictionary quickly. No, I don't want your freaking cookies. Go away.
I feel like the oven kinda mittens sounds so much better though. Than
Oven kinda mittens.
Yeah. Screw English and actual words for it. It's now oven kinda mittens.
Nice. Let's just roll with that.
I mean, they kinda can't be mittens, you know, if they have the pocket and you can put your hand into it.
For a very hot second, no pun intended, I completely just forgot the context. Like, where are you putting your hands?
Good job.
No, it wasn't. It was a terrible job, and I should be ashamed of myself. I'll show myself out. Skedaddles. Stop crying!
I actually like, you know when you actually like paused? I like imagined your face being like, oh. And I could see a little golden arrow run through your head between your brain cells and you being like, I don't want this.
Golden arrow?
I don't know why I imagined it like a golden arrow or such. And I'm like,
Flare?
yeah, cool.
Golden arrow?
Yeah! Like a, you know, golden arrow of thought that passes through your mind. But doesn't make you bleed or doesn't hurt you, it just passes through your mind like lightning.
I'm staring at your icon. I hope you can tell.
I can feel that.
Excellent, because that's what's happening. I can't wait to stare at you in real life again.
I hope you will have a lot of starings when we do.
What's that supposed to mean? You want a staring contest?
If we had a staring contest, I suppose you would win, because I would probably lose my poker face. Yes?
No, I knew exactly what kind of word you were trying to look for in that sentence. But then you just went with poker face, so it was like, oh, okay. I don't know why, but that just amused me so much.
You were waiting for a straight face, were you?
No.
Oh.
What's that word in English, actually? Google, help me again.
All hail Google. It provides you with all the kind of answers.
Okay, so basically, the dictionaries is actually giving me back poker face, and crust for some reason.
A what?
Crust?
Crust?
Like, you know, the outside border of a pizza, for example, that's crust.
I know, and I'm like, crust? Why?
Yeah, crust. Apparently crust can also mean pokka in English.
Okay, so my face is crust.
Nice! That's gonna be very confusing for whoever doesn't have any kind of a context for that one.
I bet somebody just joined in and then heard, like, my face is crust, and they are like, what the frick did I get myself into?
I'm gonna keep my crust. Cool! What was I doing? Oh, yeah. No! Boom! There we go. I wouldn't call this crust blinks at this drawing.
So you're not drawing pizza?
Unfortunately, no.
Oh. Sad face.
Yeah, sorry to disappoint you.
How dare you not to draw pizza?
I don't think I've ever drawn pizza, actually, now that I think about it.
Really?
Like, at least not from any kind of a recent memory. I wouldn't be surprised if I did, like, as a kid. But as of lately, or like the last 9 years, I can't pinpoint any occasion that I have drawn a pizza.
I was about to be like, if you haven't drawn pizza in your childhood, then you have missed out a bunch.
How dare you not draw a pizza? Don't choke. Pretty please.
The moment you giggled, I was like, I wanna laugh too. But I couldn't.
Please don't die on me. I can't handle the stream on my own.
It's fine. I'm not gonna die. It takes much more than a hint of water to kill me.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'll keep that in mind. Question mark.
I'm fine.
Are you sure?
Yes. In fact, I'm gonna get more water.
You go do that and leave me alone with chat, I guess.
I actually took a gulp. I'm not going anywhere.
Oh, I thought you were just gonna refill the bottle, but never mind.
I still have 1/3, so.
Wow.
Yeah.
You actually have a supply with you this time.
Yeah, I filled it before I started.
Wow.
Yeah.
A smart girl.
Yeah, for once. It's not supposed to be that funny.
For once.
Yeah.
Just like no hesitation. For once, you realized it yourself.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
I hate to break it to you, but yeah.
You're not breaking it to me, honey. You're breaking it to yourself.
Dun dun dun.
Break it down now, y'all. Where's my reference? Boop, 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 boop.
Hi Hanami, welcome to the stream. I love
There you
how
are.
you would carry on the stream if your friend dies, says Ivy.
What's that supposed to mean? Ivy, explain yourself. What's that supposed to mean? Please explain.
That's fine, Ice Splash, and unfortunately I don't take requests, but if you want to commission me a logo, aka pay for it, then yeah. What is PewDiePie up to?
I think he's actually streaming right now.
Yeah, Ice Splash just said that.
Ah. The last time I actually peeped into his stream, he was like, he had the sub counts open for T-Series and himself. They are getting very close, by the way.
Maybe I should go and contribute.
You should. Subscribe to PewDiePie.
Oh, definitely. We are talking about the future of independent creators here, so.
I mean, still, even if... Hang on, I lost my word. Even if T-Series takes over, like, the most subscribed channel, Felix is still the most What was that? I think, like, snow fell out of the freaking roof, but it couldn't be my brother. But, like, even if freaking T-Series catches up on Felix, he's still the most subscribed independent channel, so you know.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And as unfortunate as it is, it seems like it's pretty obvious that they have softbots and everything like that. So it's like, thanks YouTube.
I mean, as sad as it is, like, I bet T-Series is gonna pass over eventually, but Andre's video, I feel like that had a pretty good explanation as of why it would be important if Felix crossed the 100 million subscribers first.
I mean, what was the sub count? in the stream. I think when I peeped in, it was like 28,000 subs away. So it's getting very close. It's very close.
Yep.
And like as scary as it is as a thought, like at the same time it's like he's still the most subscribed independent channel. Like there are still like channels like the gaming channel, he just passed that channel, and like there's also like the music channels and that kind of stuff. They are not really channels, they just promote this kind of stuff.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I mean, if Flare dies from a joke, you say you deal with chat, which means you would carry on the stream. You wouldn't know that.
Maybe she just dumps you all, come and find me, and buries me in the snow.
I mean, if you actually did die, I would have to actually drive over to your place and just close the stream for you. Bye guys, here's a corpse, I need to take care of this. Just hold on 2 hours while I drive over.
I can like imagine like when you come over, you're like 3 hours later.
Basically. Oh god, that would be an adventure.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Side stream of me driving to your place.
Like, now that Flare is dead, let's reveal her latest living place. And then someone in the stream is like, she lived as my neighbor and I never knew.
Face reveal.
Dead corpse face reveal. How did she look like?
It's like the Logan situation all over again from last year. But this time it's my friend that I'm exposing in public.
I mean, pretty much.
She doesn't mind. I had her permission.
As long as she's dead, it's fine.
It's fine.
We are horrible people.
We are. We definitely are. Who let us be here and talking?
That's a very good question. YouTube?
Someone take the internet away from us.
Yep.
Yeah, that's what you say when someone dies. Oh my gosh, she was my neighbor and I never knew. Yeah, that's exactly what people say.
Oh yeah, definitely. Because who wouldn't love the thought of celebrity... What is up with my English today?
You're doing great, honey!
Like who...
I believe in you!
Like who wouldn't be like, hey, there's actually a celebrity living nearby my house. Lenny Face.
Lenny Face!
I was first thinking of like, you know, Kappa Face, but then I was like, does everyone know what is Kappa Face? So instead I was like, Lenny Face is loved by everyone. I'm gonna use that.
Lenny Face is loved by all. Fair enough.
Lenny Face is loved by all. Flare 2019.
Okay. Who or what is PewDiePie? Felix is a YouTube channel. I'm surprised you haven't heard of him because he's the most subscribed channel as an like independent creator.
Yeah, he's huge.
He's like 80 million subscribers in. 83 if I recall correctly.
Yeah, I think 83.
Yeah.
Last time I checked.
So I'm quite surprised you don't know who Felix is. Felix is his real name, by the way. I prefer to refer to people by their real names.
Yeah.
Which is a pain in the ass because Flare doesn't like me referring to herself by her real name on stream. Not salty at all.
I love you anyway, you know.
I know.
And I actually liked it, like, yesterday when we were calling, and you were like, I guess in a streamy mood yourself, and you're like, hey, Flare! Wait, no. Insert my real name here.
Oh yeah, I completely forgot we were actually having a private VC moment.
Yes, we did.
I'm so used to referring to you as Flare, especially when it comes to like speaking in English.
Oh yeah. I used to call you Emichu until you were like, I don't give a poop. And now you're forever Emma. Boom.
What's that supposed to mean?
I don't know.
Me neither, please explain.
There was a moment where I called you Emichu until you were like, Emma is fine, and I'm like, cool.
Oh yeah, that was a thing as well.
Yeah. You used to be Emichu! You mean you don't remember?
Kinda hard to forget, but I wish I could. Because like I respond way better to Emma than I ever did to Emmy. So it's like it feels more, how to say, correct to be referred to as Emma, because that's what I naturally react to, so why call me anything else?
I mean, that is fair enough. I wish I could feel the same way.
Are you not naturally attached to your own name?
I am naturally attached to my own name, but because I have grown with CuteFlare, or originally CuteFlareon, and thus have been having the Flare as my artist name. I was about to say secondary name, which it technically also is, but...
Yeah, artist name is basically a secondary name, so you know.
So I got so I've gotten to be like English. I've gotten to used to be called that, so nowadays it's more of like, if somebody calls me by my real name, someone who I don't know, I often creep out and get very anxious. Like,
I mean, I mean, yeah, that's understandable. Like, how can I say? Like, I understand where you're coming from, and like, that's definitely a you thing. But like, at the same time, it's like I never felt attached enough to Emichu as a name to really understand on a personal level kind of thing.
Yeah, I totally get that, and I totally get your point too. My mom actually has also been asking me about like, why do you sell your art, or why do you come off online with your like username? And I basically explained it to her as like a privacy reasons.
I mean, yeah, that makes sense too.
Because, as far as I'm aware, my name on, for example, Facebook, I'm like 1 out of 5. Less than 10 same named people as me. So finding me is very easy. And there was actually one point where, thankfully not too many, but some people actually, including Waterflower, if you remember her.
Oh no!
She found my real Facebook and sent me a friend request, and I never accepted it. I was like, I was beyond, like, not horrified, but I was like, thanks, but
how
no
did you
thanks.
get this number? Oh no. And like, I know it's hard for you to say no to anything, so I can only imagine like that moment.
Oh yeah, and like when I was explaining her like, I'm sorry, I won't accept you on my personal Facebook account because First of all, that's personal and more of people who know me like in real life and like holy boy. Like, okay, fair enough. I have used my name in some of my art pieces and such, but at the same time, like, even if people knew my name, I mean, it's okay. I bet it eventually, when getting on a professional level, it's bound to happen eventually. But at the same time, I kind of want to hold on to that privacy as long as I can, because I don't want my personal Facebook, for example, to be flooded with, like, stranger friend requests, and I don't want to be like, sorry, but no.
You know, you can also private your freaking Facebook account.
That is option too, yeah.
That's what I did as soon as I, like, made my freaking portfolio public.
Yep. But yeah, that happened once, and I'm like,
Oh, golly.
I actually do have it, like, I don't have it exactly like private, but I have my Facebook, if I recall correctly, it's kind of like, friends can see me kind of thing.
Oh.
Because I still have quite a bit of contacts, especially like in university and such, that if I really need to be reached, then okay, sure, Facebook works for that, if they don't have my number, for example.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So it is kind of like, yeah, I could make it private, but at the same time there are so many other things that I need Facebook for, so it's kind of like, making it fully private is just, it's not option as of right now. But those are very fair points.
Yeah, I can understand where you're coming from.
Yeah.
Oh, I kind of like that. So what's the chat doing?
Hi Mako the Wolf Gang, welcome to the stream. We got one more viewer and nothing else apart from subscribe to PewDiePie and Ivy.
Subscribe to PewDiePie. He needs it.
Is it kind of something like soap to Pewds? Thanks. Smile.
It was more a meme, cause like, oh, you're actually writing it. Okay.
Yeah.
It took a moment to show up on stream, so.
It's fine. I mean, the choice of OBS, everything looks lovely and you can customize it. Cons of OBS, everything doesn't show up immediately.
Like Hangout.
Yeah. I mean, Hangout as a server could work if it was, you know, modified a little bit. Or like even more
Customization.
Yeah.
I agree.
Oh yeah, actually, if you at some point have a chance to toss me a link to, like, have a chance of showing off what is going on Spotify, can you toss it to me at some point?
What now?
The speaking of customization, the like as you have on your stream, the what is playing on Spotify thing.
Hang on, let me open my OBS so I'm not talking out of my ass. Basically, for Spotify, hang on, where's my live scene? There you are. For me, Spotify is actually just a window. Hang on. A window capture.
Oh.
Yeah. I mean, there are ways for you to like actually have a full-on plugins and plugs and what have you things for Spotify and iTunes and that kind of stuff, but the easiest way is to just have window capture and crop it out.
That's actually a very fair point.
Exactly.
I'm not gonna do it now though, because my real name shows up on Spotify, and we just established that I don't like showing it up. On purpose at least, so I'm not gonna do it now.
Fair warning though, like, not really a warning, but if you actually jump into the whole Spotify thing, I recommend putting down like your transform and whatever kind of things when you crop the thing. Because like sometimes my window capture likes to reset absolutely everything and I have to do it again.
Oh, okay.
Another side note, the easiest way to actually keep that cropping consistent is to like keep it full screen and just put down the cropping notes, like I guess you could say.
Yeah.
Like for example, I have my cropping notes and that kind of stuff on my stash server, so they are easy access whenever I actually notice like, oh, Spotify is crappled, let's just fix that up.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah.
Choice of doing more not complicated, more pretty live streams.
Not necessarily pretty, but like
more customized.
There's a word that I was trying to look for. Hang on. Informative is not the thing, but that's the closest I can get to it right now.
I had a moment I understood what you meant, but then I realized I have no idea what you're trying to do.
Informative meaning that there's more info showing up on like
yeah,
the screen. Yeah, that's what I was trying to go for.
Kind of like Twix TV or other other advertisement channels like, hey, call this number and buy more of these for this price and yada yada.
Did you say Twitch?
Or did I mean Twig? You may have an idea what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I'm getting you, but Twitch just threw me off, like, wait.
Yeah, I'm like, that's not correct.
Definitely not.
How's your character here doing?
I wasn't working on it. I said I'm doodling, but I finished the background for one of them in the morning. I can toss a peek of it at you and this doodle right now.
Sure.
Let me just get my snipping tool and load this freaking your character here up as well. Ugh.
Are you actually gonna do any Valentine's Day stuff, by the way?
I actually got an idea just like 5 minutes before you were like, I'm gonna stream.
You're welcome.
Thanks.
That's what friends do.
I have a few weeks to do it if I want to do it, but at the same time, it's like I have a lot of things to do.
I'm kinda on the same boat. I have 2 ideas for Valentine's your character here, actually.
Ooh.
One being feral and one being antro, like trying to had that antro, and be like, I could like gonna offer it with the same your character here stuff that I've been offering your character here's with the like latest patch that I did. But add in a little bit more expensive speed paint option if they want to have it on, you know, exactly on Valentine's Day as a video.
Ah.
And add their note that I got very many things to do, but if you really want to have it on Valentine's Day, then pay this extra and you will have it.
I mean, that's fair enough.
Yeah, I thought it would be worth of a shot. To be perfectly honest, with my luck, somebody's like, may I have detailed speed paint? And I'm gonna be like, dead inside.
I'm gonna die.
Yeah. But I mean, more content to channel is always good.
Wow, you sound very positive and optimistic about that.
I mean, I currently have, how many was it? 5 commissions waiting, which all of them are speed paints, and I'm like, eye sparkling. Channel activity. Yay!
I still should get to that last time-lapse commission. Oopsie.
You can do it.
I've been preoccupied with these Your Character Here slots. And besides, like, a lot of them are from the time-lapse commissioner as well. So, like, I'm still working on your stuff, just not this one in particular that you commissioned a while ago.
I actually spoke with this time-lapse commissioner earlier yesterday.
Aren't we talking about the same person, actually?
The one with lovely OCs?
Yeah, exactly. Well, yeah, we're on the same page.
Yeah. A perfect way to keep people anonymous.
But yeah, go on.
But yeah, what was I gonna say?
You spoke to them?
Oh yeah, I spoke to them and like I was like, "Hello, how you doing?" And they doing fine.
That's good.
Ah, your doodle is looking great.
Thank you!
You're welcome.
Yeah! What's the chat doing right now? Like more so like, guys, please speak.
Yesterday was such a good stream and I'm like, #streaming goals.
Yeah, I was like honestly surprisingly active yesterday. I was like, shit, why can't I be in a talkative mood today? Jesus Christ.
Well, I mean, you participated through chat and that's more than enough.
Dang.
You were showing a good example.
Always.
Yeah.
Thanks,
Wow.
Ivy.
Yeah, I mean, we appreciate that you spoke.
Or do we?
Should we be offended by that?
I am.
Dun dun dun.
Dun 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 dun.
I can actually imagine, like, you know, the dun 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 dun, kind of like you open the door dramatically, there is a strong light behind you, and then you're there doing. What can I actually use for this quick ASMR? You're there.
Oh no!
With like.
Flare, no, don't do it! Flare, no!
With newspaper, and you're like this. Slapping the newspaper against your palm, ready to do some arresting in the chat.
I hope you're happy with that.
Sorry?
I hope you're happy with that.
I actually realized it was over dramatic, but then again, the image I had inside my head was also over dramatic, so it's fine.
So it's fine. I mean, I tend to go for the dramatic effect, so you're accurate.
And I mean, your face was inside my head, something along these lines.
Nice.
Like,
my face was in your head.
Like this. Whenever it decides to draw on the stream.
Whenever it decides to show up on stream as well.
And then you're there with your palm open, and then you have your newspaper on the other hand, and you're kind of like slapping it onto your hand, and you're being there like, Okay, no, that was not accurate voice effect, but... kind of like, order! Or... Wait. I can't word.
Almost.
Like, order!
Ordre.
And
Claire, there is something terribly wrong with you. I agree, Ivy.
And this was the door, and then there was like a dramatic backlighting, and you're almost like a black silhouette against this dramatic backlighting, and you're there like...
Oh dear.
Now I actually know what it kind of reminds me of, only with a little bit more character. What was the game? It was actually very boring.
Baldi.
Huh? Yeah, yeah.
And the basics of learning. Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking. Like, Claire, you're just trying Baldi right now. That was literally what I was thinking.
I guess Baldi is one of my specialty. I didn't know that.
Wow. When can we expect fan art for this game? I'm sure everyone is interested now.
Oh, definitely. I mean, we just had it in the form of OC on the stream, so...
About the OC. This is a new low.
Oh, really?
Yeah, really.
Beautiful.
Is it really now?
I was about
Is
to
it
say,
really?
I was about to say that's a little bit like... I guess that's a bit questionable.
Yeah, it's very questionable.
Oh boy.
What has the work come to? Yeah, Ivy said it.
Oh, come on, Ivy. We are on a progressive era.
I hope you know what that word means. Because that is not the context to use that word.
I actually like, you know, when I said that, I had like a moment of pause and I was like inside my head like, wait a minute.
Yeah, I kind of felt it.
And my face went from like, yeah, to wait.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
Yeah, I pretty much felt that.
I'm happy that we are connected.
We are.
I wouldn't have it the other way.
I want it that way. Tell me why.
Ain't nothing but a mistake.
I tried to purposely change the freaking K in the middle of that so YouTube doesn't like smack your ass, but okay.
Sorry, I did it. Oops, I
was Flare, stop it. I almost said Gale. Stop
Dad,
it.
are you proud of me?
No,
Oh,
stop it.
sad face.
Stop being sad. Stop it.
Gross.
I'm just denying absolutely everything from you. How dare you?
I mean, basically,
Go to your room.
I'm already in my room.
The other room.
Okay, bye!
Bye. I guess I need to watch over the chat now. Hi guys, how you doing? Unfortunately, I can't really take over her OBS right now because it's on her laptop and I can show you guys what I'm doing, so you guys just gotta handle having this specific screen.
I suppose so.
Oh, damn, she's back.
Hi.
Hi. How you doing?
I'm doing noodles, how about you?
Why are you doing noodles?
For a dramatic effect.
For a very short second, I thought you actually went ahead and like put noodles to like boil.
Actually,
Hi, Wolf.
Hi.
Wolf! Hi!
All I came into was something about boiling noodles, and I don't know if I should be concerned or not.
She's doing noodles. That's what she's doing.
I was
Okay.
actually about to correct myself that actually I don't have... Or wait. I actually do have noodles, but not like instant noodles. Yeah, hi Wolf. Welcome to the stream where we have reached a new low.
I can't even be disappointed.
I don't think she has any context for that, Flare. Maybe...
Maybe enlighten her?
No.
Okay.
It's not my stream.
No, I meant like you said that like, what did you even say? And I was like, should we enlighten her? As a
You
response?
said... No, you told me to enlighten her.
Basically, I made this, I don't know, have you heard about the game of like, what was it, Baldi? Basics of Learning?
I have not.
I kind of basically made Emma OC out of that game,
Oh no.
just with newspaper.
I
Just to
swear to
share
God,
my... Go on.
if I ever do somehow end up meeting you guys one day, I'm going to bring Emma a newspaper as like a present. Just random newspaper.
I'm gonna have to spray both of you with water in that case.
Oh, please don't.
I'm gonna. This is the only warning.
Okay, never mind. Actually, Claire and I were talking like the other day, and we were both shocked to find out that I've known her for like, what was it, almost 5 years? I think it
Yeah,
was almost 5 years.
it's like 5 years this year, somewhere around.
Yeah. She thought I was 13 for the longest time.
Yes, I did.
Just to double check, how old were you again?
I was like 15, 16.
Oh,
You know, you guys are, I think, Emma, you're the same age as I am, I think, if I remember correctly. And Claire's not that much older than me.
19?
Okay, yeah, you're a year younger than I am.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. If you were 15 back then and it's been 5 years, you would be like 20.
Yeah, I am 20. I'm gonna be 21 in May.
Pardon? One day?
I'll be 21 in May.
Ah, in May!
I heard accidentally that I'm gonna be 21 today, and I'm like, hello.
Yeah, that's what I heard too!
Oh no. No, not today.
Today! Oh shit, happy birthday!
Yeah, pretty
No,
much.
I'm fine. Not today. Everyone always asks if my the one I have on DA is wrong, and actually it's not. I put in my actual birthday when I'm in it because I was 13 and over, so I was fine.
Mm.
Look at you being legal when joining on DeviantArt. I actually was legal too when I joined on DeviantArt.
I was 3 months away from being legal.
Look at you being such a rebel.
Yeah,
Wow.
that's me.
I hope you are doing okay with drowning in your caricature you have to do, Emma.
Shh, I'm okay.
I almost bought one. I almost did. I was like, maybe later when I'm not.
Ah, which one were you thinking about?
I was gonna take one of the ones that you could definitely tell were gonna be more of a bunny, and I was gonna be like, just let Emma draw my son as a bunny. Was very tempting, but next time maybe. You have enough.
Rubs my evil paws together.
Don't suffer anymore.
Rubs my evil paws together anyway.
Maybe for once I'll be the one with the newspaper.
No, I'm gonna smack myself with the newspaper.
Fair enough. Fair enough. I'm so happy it's nice out today. I can actually open the windows and not have it be like... and not be concerned that it's going to be really cold and let all the heat out of the house.
Ironically enough, I'm literally right now reaching for my window trying to open it up because it's very freaking hot in my room.
It's like 17 Celsius here today.
Oh! Like plus or minus?
Plus?
Plus.
Thank God.
Please, Wolf, bring the heat over here. Please and thank you.
No, I like the snow!
I also like the snow, I just, need it to... It won't come for us until maybe, like, March?
Mm-hmm.
This window already unlocked. Can I just open this one? Yeah, there we go. Sorry, opening up 2 windows. There we go.
Don't worry about it.
It doesn't hit us until maybe March-ish, just because that's when, like, March, February. So this month, next month, is when it really starts to get cold here. Like, summer gets cold, but not, like, you know worse is to come.
Yeah. Oh, actually, speaking of snow, I had an interesting question I asked my mom earlier today while we were doing the snow chores, actually.
Oh?
I think... Wolf, do you get a lot of snow? Just for quick context.
No, actually, I live near the coast.
Ah.
I live, like, very, very close to the ocean. So,
okay, so unfortunately, this is gonna be more directed to Flare in that case.
Yeah?
That's fine. I mean, I've lived in places that gotten snow, but not, like... I don't think we've ever gotten as much snow as could be compared to what you guys get. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
I get you. If the chat has snow and has to do snow chores and that kind of stuff in general, then feel free to answer as well. But Flare,
Yeah.
would you rather rake leaves during the fall or do snow chores during the winter?
Do snow chores.
That was quick.
Because, like, harvesting the leaves and whatever, like, sure, it may be fine, but it's so repetitive and boring. Meanwhile, with, like, when you're doing snow chores, you can kind of, like, think it as an exercise, if that makes sense. Of course, if the snow is wet and sticky, then it's hideous as F, but I would rather have to, like, clear the snow off the yard than take care of freaking leaves.
Honestly, I'm exactly the same. I hate raking the leaves. Like, the rakes are so uncomfortable to hold.
They are, and my, like, hand feels like cramping every time I do it, and I'm like, I hate this so much.
Like, of course, it could be made easier if you, like, wear gloves, but for me, when it comes to autumn, or, like, spring, summer, autumn, I prefer not to wear any outdoor clothing because it feels more free for me. So, like, going raking is like, my hands are gonna die! And then my mom just looks at me like, just take gloves, Emma, please. And I don't want to, Mom.
Yep.
I don't actually know, Flare, do you, like, when you guys are harvesting, raking leaves during the fall, do you, like, what do you call that thing? Like, do you actually have to, like, gather them onto this rack and actually get them sent away?
Oh yeah, we do. At our, like, backyard forest. Kottikäytöt?
Yeah.
I guess that's what you're talking about.
Kinda not.
Well, we use that, and we take stuff to, like, a couple of meters away, dump them there, and come back for another load.
Okay, so you guys basically do snow chores, but with leaves.
Basically, yeah.
Cause, like, we do... Hang on. what's the word? We actually gather them onto like the little vans that you attach on the back of the car, and like actually like lift the leaves with this, what do you call it? Like this rack thing, whatever you want to call it, like this huge rack like thing. And like just that in itself is such a freaking pain in the ass.
Oh, I can
Like,
imagine.
Yeah, gathering the leaves on top of that thing and carrying that across the freaking yard to get to the freaking van thing, whatever have you. Especially after raking the leaves for like 5 hours.
The thing with racking leaves with us is that we do it like for several days. Like sometimes out of fall we like do it for like I would say 1 week
Approximately.
Yes.
You can do it.
and whenever we are like done with it, we have to wait again and see whether there comes more leaves to our yard.
Yeah, that's reasonable.
Also, another reason why it is so hideous in our backyard is because our backyard, it's not only grass, it's mix of grass and moss.
Have you been to my backyard?
Yes, I have.
Yeah, my backyard is basically the same, except I have also a beach. So it's also sand.
Rest in peace.
Yeah, that's fun.
So Wolf, do you do any kind of like outdoor chores, or do you like dust your yard or something?
I'm trying to think here because that's such a like because I know that it's not uncommon. I know with snow, if we do get it and it looks like it's gonna be a problem, getting it off like cars and the driveways is a big thing. But my dad usually does it because I'm clumsy.
Mood.
But as for the leaves, I think we have kind of a different mentality here, considering the fact that with fall, throughout the whole season, there's going to be leaves everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of like, I guess our mentality with it is, why move them when they're going to be there again tomorrow?
Yeah.
Which sounds really lazy, and I hate saying it.
I guess according to some studies, it would be healthier for the nature to leave them be, but then again, I guess for my mom, it's more of like, I want our backyard to look pretty kind of thing.
These backyards are not pretty.
Some people definitely do go out and rake the leaves. I'm not saying that everyone does. Like, I remember a time where my dad definitely did go rake the leaves. It's just, I kind of think here it's more of an individual person kind of thing. Like, you can rake them if you want, you can leave them if you want, no one really cares.
Mm-hmm.
It's one of those kinds of things.
Yeah, I feel like in Finland it's like everyone does it. And if you don't do it, you're instantly the lazy neighbor.
Yeah, basically, unfortunately.
Mm-hmm. That's kind of sad.
A little, yeah, but at the same time, like, it's still exercise.
Yeah.
Yeah, fair. Yeah, I finally cleared my DVR notifications. I have none at the moment, and I'm kind of okay with that.
Wanna trade?
You'd have to give me your password. I can't help you otherwise.
I was literally just gonna say the same. Just give me your password, Flare.
Actually, my inbox isn't that bad at the moment.
I feel like our values of what is bad and what is not vary a lot.
I mean, I only have like 1,318 messages.
Flare,
Yeah.
give us your password.
I feel like Emma is gonna, like, break into my computer and be like, now I'm deleting all your precious messages.
I'm gonna have Gail distract you.
Dun dun dun!
I'm sure she wouldn't delete anything important. Just things you really don't need to worry about.
Yeah, I feel like I can actually figure that out. What does she actually need and what she doesn't?
Yeah. Most likely.
I'm not gonna go read your notes, don't worry. You can have your privacy, I don't care.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I was about to throw shade, but this is not the place to throw shade. So
For
no
a
shade.
moment, I was like so ready to throw shade myself. Like that was a mini shade.
I got
Now
your
I'm curious,
mini
you guys suck.
Pardon?
Oh, now I'm curious about what the shade was gonna be. You guys suck.
I can type it to you.
I was just about to be like,
Just
hey, we have
eye
the...
emojis. Oh yeah, this exists.
Yeah, we have that. But yeah,
I
Emma
kinda
can
forgot it's
explain the
okay.
shade. I can also explain the shade after the stream if you do not want to.
I'm in a typing mood, let me be.
Fine, feel free to explain the shade.
I'm gonna.
But like, while she is doing that, do you have any plans for today, Wolf?
I do not. I played D&D last night, and I was up late, and I went to sleep, and I died.
Your character died?
Well, no. I fell asleep. I fell asleep very quickly.
Yeah. So you just basically had like an exhausting day.
Yeah, I wouldn't say exhausting. It was just D&D is always like it's really fun, but it's also a little bit stressful.
Uh-huh.
And so after D&D, I'm always really, really tired because we have so many people trying to do things at the same time, and everyone's trying to like. It gets loud. It gets loud, and I love it, and I wouldn't trade it for anything. After it, I just sleep a lot.
Yeah, it makes sense. Makes absolutely sense.
Yeah, definitely. What about you guys? Did you do anything today?
I've been animating today, and I've been progressing on the mandatory AMV today, actually.
Ooh, nice. I forgot you have to do a mandatory AMV.
It's very
How's that
mandatory, but ching.
I mean, you were paid for it.
Yeah. I was about to say technically, but not technically. I was. But yeah, I progressed it a bit forward and tossed a new preview to Talia, and I hope that she responds, because she hasn't shown any signs of living for a while again, and I'm like, please be fine.
Yeah.
I was actually, like, I think it was yesterday, I was like, are you still alive?
I mean, she showed up a few months ago.
Hello.
Hi!
Guess who just woke up like 1 minute ago?
It's okay. I've only been up for about a half an hour.
Yeah, I was debating about if I should fall asleep or not, but I'm like, maybe CuteFlare is streaming, I should probably see. Lo and behold.
Yes, she is.
Yeah.
Hi, Aurora Strip Deputy. Welcome to the stream.
So, how is everyone?
Pretty good, and yourself?
Tired?
Oh.
I'm great. And Emma is
Boiling.
boiling. Cool.
So what were you guys talking about? I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt or anything.
It's fine. We were talking about things.
We were talking about something.
We were talking about D&D and how you went to bed.
Oh yeah, no, there's just a lot going on.
D&D is really fun, but I don't have any friends to play it with.
I get that.
Yeah. So, sometimes I do binge watch Critical Role.
I need to start watching them, actually. I've heard really good things about them.
Yeah. I think Champagne 2 is the best way to go. At least that's what I've heard. Yeah.
Is this a YouTube channel or a show or?
It's
I
you.
think it's a show, but
I think
yeah,
it's on YouTube though.
Yeah.
Okay. It just didn't sound familiar, so I was like,
No, it's a D&D thing. It's a lot of
Yeah.
like teaching people how to play, and then you can watch their own how they go about it and stuff like that.
ah.
Hey, I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to poof for a bit. Hopefully I can come back.
That's
Alright.
fine.
How dare you?
Good luck, Emma.
Oh
You're in charge
no.
while I'm gone.
I'm always in charge!
See, we agreed once that I was the mom, so therefore I'm the mom that shows up to supervise sometimes, but the oldest kid does it most of the time.
Okay, that makes sense.
Okay, I'll talk to you guys later.
Okay. See ya.
Yeah.
And hi, Cat Foxes too. Welcome to the stream.
So, how is everyone in the chat doing?
That's a very good question. People, please participate what we are talking about. Oh yeah, how's your doodling coming along, Emma, actually?
I took a small break to spoil things to Wolf, but I'm on the shading process right now.
Cool.
Yeah.
Do you have any special plans for today, Spoon?
Not really. Usually I just go by ear when it comes to, like, days. And Flare, I literally just woke up, like, a few minutes ago.
I mean,
What?
I don't know. Maybe you did plans yesterday.
Maybe. Right now, I don't think I can do anything since, you know, it's Florida weather, it's raining, and it's also hot, so...
Sounds like
Yeah.
very many things are going on at the same time.
Yeah. Florida.
We actually were speaking of Florida earlier, or the chat were more talking about it. Like somebody from Florida had moved to United Kingdom, and they were talking about how it was called in United Kingdom.
I was so tempted to say something, but I can't. Well done for me finding it off. But, yeah, yeah, it's pretty cold up there. I haven't been there yet, but I'd expect it to be cold because it has Finland. I think.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, since Florida doesn't get snow, I think, yeah, it's probably way more colder there.
Oh yeah. Then again, England is located kind of like in mid-Europe, so...
No, it's Northern Europe.
Or then I again imagine like Earth being like... Yeah, Finland is north and everything else is like south.
No, Sweden is also a Nordic country.
Well, too bad. Sweden is now Estonia, or around on the same level.
What? That doesn't make any sense. Have you seen the map?
Maybe?
Are you sure?
I haven't. All I remember is that the USA looks like a fat dinosaur.
A what looks like a...
No, like, if you look at the map, the USA looks like a fat dinosaur. Like, I forgot if the very top, state, like, at the very, like, northeast, is Maine, probably? But yeah, that looks like a head and... Hold on, let me just get an image. Let me... Or maybe I'm just acting weird, because I had only 6 hours of sleep. Yay. Here we go.
How long did you stay up?
7 a.m.
Links?
Yeah,
Boon.
I was really busy.
Boon. How busy can you be at 7 a.m.?
I wasn't.
Boon.
Yeah.
You need to sleep.
But what if I'm busy binge watching?
No!
Like...
No, the show can wait.
But...
No. No.
I agree.
Cool.
Okay, I can. Well, I can.
With Emma?
Sleep can wait. Sleep can wait, like, later, too.
No, it can't actually.
I can sleep for 10 hours, like, tonight. If you want. Well, actually, that might not be possible, but yeah.
I was about to say, what if
sleep-
your body decides otherwise?
Sleeping for one night for a longer period of time is not gonna fix your sleep deprivation, actually.
Hit me with those facts again.
I just did.
Okay. I think. I mean, I can't really say I think.
Wow.
But what if I'm busy?
No,
binge
you're not.
watching?
No. That's where you have to do the decision not to be busy.
But
No.
I can sense that Emma has her newspaper open.
no.
It's rolled up.
And for I don't know how to pronounce that name without it sounding weird. Aura. If like some reason your device can't check the description, let me see real quick. She uses Adobe Animate CC to animate. which that basically answers those two questions. I don't know what your third question is. I'm sorry.
I guess what would be the total price? Which nowadays Adobe doesn't have.
Well, I've heard a lot of commotion about Adobe, like, raising their prices.
Yep, they're gonna do that.
Oh boy.
Oh boy. I think if I had to do an estimate, like if you really want to know, I think Adobe costs like, is it like $50 a month or $70 a month? And then like $345 like a lifetime? Or am
I don't think
wrong?
there is a lifetime lifetime license anymore.
Really?
Only monthly or yearly.
Oh, that sucks.
Yep.
Yeah, the lifetime license was back when they actually sent the box of the freaking programs to you.
Yeah.
But ever since they upgraded to cloud, it's yeah, you have to pay.
Yeah. If you're asking because you want to start getting into anime, I highly suggest like Fire Alpaca or something similar. There's also like animation apps for mobile devices like Flip-a-Clip, which if you've watched like if you've somehow stumbled upon it like during a review, it depends on how you use it.
I mean, if you want to start animating in general, like, you don't need animation program necessarily. Like, if you only have like MS Paint and some kind of like editing program, I mean, you're good to go.
Yeah, honestly.
I was just bringing out the options that are like preset and, you know.
Yeah, that is completely fine.
Well, I mean, Fire Alpaca, it's kind of hard to animate on since I'm a proud owner of Fire Alpaca. Well, not owner, I mean user.
Yeah, there you go.
Which I think it makes sense because for each frame you can make a layer or you can make a folder.
Ah.
Which folders can be useful, but once you have too many, it starts lagging.
Yeah, that's understandable.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, I'm using folders for absolutely everything on site.
I mean, you're organizer to begin with, so...
I like when layers don't take up all of the space.
Really?
Yeah.
Here we go. Folders in animation things, I think to use, you can like use them for if you are organizing coloring stages and such, or if how do I explain? Or if you're like Emma and do it for basically everything that's outside of the art. Piece. Or maybe I heard that wrong. Yeah. But then again, folders, I mean, it does work, but if you don't name your layers, or personally, if I don't name my layers, I get confused on which is which, since I do keep multiple layers of line art so that, you know, I can... How do I explain? So that I can, like, draw a body part or something without it interfering with the other line.
Yeah, it makes sense.
I used to name every single layer that I did, But the more I actually develop my style of like what layer does what and what do I have on this layer and that kind of stuff, the less I actually needed to name them, because I just learned like, okay, this is my system and it's pretty consistent. Don't really need to name them anymore. I mean, I name it's just are different from one another, so you need to name them accordingly. Of them, these, especially when it comes to shading, like that was my main problem when it came to shading for the longest of time.
Yeah, I can totally agree. My shading style used to be like the simple, let me see if I can get one actually. It used to be the simple, like, you know, like the, how do I, the shading that's like, it's, that you usually see in anime where it's like, only like one or two, like, gosh, this is hard to explain. Let me see if I can find. Yeah, here's an old image that probably shows, like, you know, which is very disproportional, but you know.
You mean cell shading?
Yeah, like sort of cell shading, but not quite there because it's not cell shading.
So that's still cell shading. It's not blurred.
Ah, I thought cell shading meant like really professional, like detailed, but also
no, that's just flare shading.
Oh.
What is my shading?
Super detailed cell shading.
Ah, yeah.
But it's really pretty.
Thank you. Okay, quickly adding up here. If any of you are experiencing any kind of lag, I'm very sorry. I hope that the lag that I heard a moment ago, like in my headphones, isn't gonna transfer over to you. But just to let you know, if some lag happens, just turn your stream a couple of seconds behind so it gets to load better. But other than that, I don't know if there is any other like explanation for it, because it seems to be running smoothly again, and there should be nothing wrong with my internet connection, so
sometimes Spotify can blur a little bit, so you know.
I guess I could pause it for a second after this song and see whether it like balances out.
Next thing you know, you accidentally end the stream.
I would be concerned if I managed to do that with like shutting down like Spotify.
Yeah.
Okay, let me pause it for a second and let's see if this stream can return back to how it was. Although I'm not seeing any lag, at least on my phone. I can't speak for the sound, but oh well, let's see for a moment what happens when I take the background music off. But anyway, continue. Shading.
Shading, yeah. But whenever I was, you know, shading, it was like easy to do, but then I'm like, it doesn't look professional per se. Like it looks a bit, you know, like I appreciate anyone who does this type of shading, but for me it just didn't really work out when I realized that my art was improving. So I'm like, okay, the really advanced cell shading, the tutorials are like 1 hour long, no thanks. And people keep on doing these rando lines that they don't even explain how to do, and it's called a tutorial for some reason. So I'm like, you know what, let's just do random streaks, which usually that's not what you're supposed to do. Usually. But I was like, yeah, let me see if I can, I probably became louder, oops. Let me see if I can find a semi-failed attempt. I think this is a pretty good example. It's some of my like my recent art, but when I cheated the system-ish, even though it still looks kind of sloppy.
Mmm.
I would show the chat, but I don't think I'm allowed to post links. I mean, I could try, but...
I don't think non-mods can actually link stuff.
I thought Wolf did, like, yesterday.
Isn't Wolf a mod?
On the chat, yeah, she is.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll try.
I mean, you can basically also break down the link that it isn't exactly a link, but requires, like, rebuilding.
Add
Yeah.
spaces.
That's true. Alright, this... Who's gonna bet that, it's not gonna work?
Or who knows, maybe Google has changed, and we don't know it yet.
Yeah, maybe.
Although I feel like that's a little bit more wishful thinking.
There you go, did it work? Probably. It looks like a jumbled mess, but just remove the spaces and you should be good.
Yeah.
So how did you find your shading style, Emma? And Flare?
Emma can start, because I have to actually
Me?
think for a moment. Yeah, you!
My shading style went from left to right all the freaking time. Like, for the longest of times, I actually... How do I explain this? It's most likely the most apparent in my speed paints and time lapses, but like, I used to do like the characters in parts. For example, I color in the... Hang on. Because when I line our characters, I kind of like break down the parts that are visible. For example, because the line art separates, for example, where it's the front paws and that kind of stuff, I would color in the one behind first, and then the one closer to the camera. And like, it was, looking back at it, it's ugly to look at. But like back then, I thought like, hell yeah, I'm the greatest master ever. But like, then I kind of just, I don't know how to explain it. I just kind of, you know, when you're like mapping things out, like just laying down blocks of color and that kind of stuff just to plan out like where everything goes. And like, I used to do that a lot as well, but one day I was like, I don't feel like doing my usual style, so I just started working off of that, like a general block of color, that kind of thing. So it just evolved into that, pretty much. It's a long story, and it doesn't make much sense if I don't have like a visual reference or an example to show, but like I hope that explains at least somehow.
Yeah.
I mean, I bet it does. As for me, as I started off with MS Paint, cell shading was my option for like 2-3 years when I actively used MS Paint. And then I got to know this magical tool called, application called Paint Tools I, or program. And what I really, what attracted me to Paint Tools I in the first place was the fact that you could make blurry stuff. So when I got Psy, of course I went a little bit maybe overboard with like blurring stuff. But eventually I realized that blurry shading doesn't actually fit to my style. And actually one of my friends even told me that, hey, I actually like your cell shaded stuff better. Kind of like low-key, please go back to your cell shading. And since I was like, since I was mouse user for the longest time, I actually making cell shading with like mouse, it wasn't exactly the easiest, like it took a while. a while to make because it kind of required you to like draw everything separately, and if you wanted sharp like edges, you had to like, you know, erase the edges and this kind of stuff, because when you're drawing with a mouse, unfortunately, pen pressure is not a thing.
Yeah.
And once I got tablet and I got over the fact that blur shading isn't as cool as I thought it would be, even though it was more probably like, because my style had grown onto cell shading on MS Paint, it honestly looks so... I personally think my style looks better with cell shading, and once I figured out how to do it in a way that I was happy with, then I was like, screw blur shading. Rest in peace with you.
Yeah. I think I can totally agree on you, because I actually, when using flat shading or cell shading as Emma calls it, how do I explain? I used like a tablet, but it wasn't like a drawing tablet, it was like an iPad. So, because I had this program called a Paint Tool, no, not that, Sketches Pro, which is kind of an underrated application, so I couldn't find much tutorials on it. Because of their like 4-layer rule, I'm like, okay, well, I can't make super detailed like shading, so what am I gonna do? I know, I'll just make super basic shading like a lot of people do. Well, if you do that type of shading, that's all right. I applaud you, because I can never seem to get it right. But it just didn't really work out for me.
Yeah, and that is fair.
Yeah.
I think it's like, when you're developing your own style, I guess it's important to actually realize what kind of shading fits to it and what doesn't. I guess it kind of goes to the category of like, do you like pixel dolls to be blur shaded or not?
Oh, I guess it depends. Like, some people can really do like quote-unquote blurry shading on pixel dolls very freaking good, but at the same time, it's very hard to like nail down.
I just got minor flashbacks to Moon Kitty's video about the Warriors wiki about like color picking like the pixel shading whenever not pixel shading, the pixels when it had like blurry shading like all over the place.
That was actually the thing that came to my mind when I took up that example. But like, yeah, part of like when you're growing in with your style is that you I wouldn't say have to, but it kind of like realizing that what kind of shading suits you and your style. Because
what you like, of course.
Huh?
Like, as long as you enjoy the shading style, then that's also important.
Yeah, exactly. Like for example, like if you like blur shading on pixel art, then all power to you. That is what you prefer, and that's what you wanna do, and maybe one day you will master it so well that everyone else wants to do it too. But at the same time, if you feel like the blurry shading on pixels is a little bit ugly, you don't seem to get it right, then maybe it's time to change the style for shading.
Yeah.
Use your shading ability as power to gain a society. What was I gonna say? I guess another thing is like, if you want to like draw, don't like. This is coming from me. Like, if you really want to, then go ahead, but don't like think that expensive programs can make you draw better, because people. You can. There's a lot of people that I know that uses free programs, and they're really good, and using a program that costs money because you think that it'll make you, like, draw better when you never had experience in the first place, that is a bit like, it might not work.
Yeah.
Because I've heard that from a lot of people that are beginning drawing. They're like, man, I wish I had Paint Tool Sai. It looks super cool, and everyone that does it is really good. And although I like agree that everyone does it is, it looks really nice. I just think that maybe, you should practice a little bit on something that's a bit, like a bit more free and doable.
Mm-hmm.
And there's some amazing programs that could do that too, which I already listed, but yeah, Fire Alpaca does a good job. There's a few flaws as always, but it's a good program for beginners. But yeah, I won't go into a ramble again.
There are flaws in Paint Tool Sai as well. Like, every single product out there has their flaws.
Yeah.
But what it really comes down to is like just learning your program and knowing what you can do with it and what you can't.
Yeah, definitely. Like learning the limits of your program, which I don't do too often. It's very good. Do as I say, not as I do. But yeah, like I can immediately like think on top of my head like the programs I've used. Like actually the newest version of Paint Tool Sai, actually I feel like, sure, I bet it will have its own flaws, but I feel like it is currently tackling a lot of flaws that Paint Tool Sai has right now.
From what I've seen, yeah, it seems like it.
But if you're gonna go what we have currently available, Paint Tool Sai, there is like no shape tools in any shape or form unless you wanna do them on like with one press of a button. Which is frustrating and impractical in many situations. Unless you want to make squares. Although you can't really make perfect square unless you're gonna measure it pixel by pixel kind of thing.
Yeah.
And then Paint Tool Sai doesn't have text tool, which I guess isn't a big deal for everyone, but I mean, as someone who makes comics, it would make my life more easier. And of course everyone has their own opinions about their interfaces and stuff. When I used Fire Alpaca, I personally found Fire Alpaca's select tool very difficult to use. I guess some people find it very easy, but then again I guess it's mainly down to the practice that you have with the program, so maybe I wasn't qualified enough to use it.
Select tool?
Yeah, Fire Alpaca's select tool. Like, at some point it was like, I found it very difficult to understand.
Select tool, okay. I don't know what that is, actually. I only use, like, at least 4 brushes, which is line art, coloring, and then there's another pen for random things, and then watercolor for the shading, and highlighting. Select.
And then...
I don't think we have that.
I think Fire Alpaca had select tool at some point, and I wasn't a huge fan of it. It was kind of like, you know, when you're selecting stuff in Sai, you can have this like blue view or pixeled view. In Fire Alpaca it was like reversed, and it was so confusing to use personally.
Okay, yeah, I think I'm sort of an expert on that.
And
oh, great.
And then personally, when speaking of Photoshop, I don't like Photoshop's interface. It's very confusing for me. I bet some Adobe lovers or Photoshop lovers out there are like, how dare you, but like... Photoshop is very confusing in my opinion. It has very many effects and this kind of stuff, which is good. Especially if you want to do some photo editing and this kind of stuff, but oh boy, it has been a learning curve for me.
Honestly, out of all the Photoshop Adobe programs that I've learned to like, but like have had to use in school, I think Photoshop is my least favorite.
We are on the same boat, thank you! Because everyone in my class is like, Photoshop is love, Photoshop is life, and I'm like, can I crash and burn this program?
I mean, of course it has its own pros, but like it's so annoying to use.
Yeah.
Like if it was like structured better, then in that case I would be fine. But there's just so much in Photoshop. It's like I don't even have any suggestions for Adobe to like, okay, maybe have this here and that there, but like, sure, for photos, it's amazing. I absolutely love editing my photos on Photoshop, but like,
I guess what actually for me makes Photoshop annoying is that how it relies so much on like shortcuts. And while I don't mind getting to learn these shortcuts, but if you don't know these shortcuts, for example, how do you use the transformation tool and where you can find it? And
Control T.
Yeah. And I think that like change of hue, which is like Control I, if I remember correctly, or Control U. But before, someone told me that I couldn't even find it from the settings, and I was so confused. And I'm like, how does anyone get around with this program?
For the longest of times, I actually use the filters rather than actually edit the actual photo.
I haven't used Photoshop, but whenever I was looking at one of those speed paints that used Photoshop, I'm like, wow, that's too many tools. It was actually kind of like intimidating to look at. Like, oh god, that's scary.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Yeah.
Like the thought of me just buying this program and then only ending up using like 3 of the brushes because I'm too scared to go out and use any of the other brushes.
Mm-hmm. Like, I don't even want to imagine actually learning Photoshop without a teacher.
Same.
Yeah. But yeah, it like if you really like want to and you're like really set on it, then you're free to like try. But if you're getting into drawing and perhaps even animating, I'd suggest going for more of like a cheaper alternative or something free, like because all I know, the only free programs that I know is Fire Alpaca and Sketches Pro, but Sketches Pro you'd have to pay for it, and I think I've heard like okay things about GIMP. It's not really recommended, but if you're a beginner and you're starting it out, then yeah, that's a good program too. And there's Paint too.
One thing I'll say about GIMP, people say it's basically like a cheap free version of Photoshop, and that's exactly what it is. Just remember how much we just complained about Photoshop having so many things.
Yeah.
And just apply that to GIMP in a free form.
Yeah.
Also,
Yeah.
GIMP runs a little slower than Photoshop. So if anyone is actually interested to test GIMP out, just be patient with the program. I learned that the hard way.
It's an old man.
Basically. It's the grandpa of Photoshop. The unwilling grandpa.
Yeah. Treat it with respect, and then it may treat you with respect.
Yeah.
The one who you tricked into paying your Club Penguin membership when you were younger.
What did you say now?
Funny story. When I was younger, I actually played Club Penguin, and you know, I didn't have membership and all that cool stuff like that. But because this is gonna sound really evil, well, I feel kind of bad now, but my grandpa was willing to give me like a 1-month membership, but he let me be the responsible one to put it like, how do I explain, to go on the page where he's like supposed to put his like credit card stuff and all that. instead of going to the 1 month version, I went to the 3 month version. Purposely. I feel like I feel so bad that I've done that.
Did he ever find out?
No.
Oh.
Is he watching this stream by any
No.
random chance?
Hi,
Confession
Grandpa.
time.
Yep.
Hi, Grandpa. Welcome to the stream. I mean, I don't see him anymore. He's not dead, but we just, you know, he moved out. Along
For a
with
very- For a very hot second, I was scared, like, oh no, did he actually die? Are we talking about a dead
No.
man right now?
No, I knew where that was gonna go, so I added, no, he's not dead.
Good, excellent.
I mean, I hope not. We aren't in touch anymore, so I don't know anything.
Dun dun dun.
Oh no, oh dear.
Top 10 anime plot twist. I shouldn't be joking about death, but here I am.
Dark humor is dark. Excellent
dark-
observation, me.
Dark humor is like a way to relieve yourself of all your inner demons, but also like sugarcoat it.
Basically, yeah.
Like, you know that feeling whenever you spend like a whole day on a request, but then anxiety starts taking over and saying like maybe you missed a spot or something. You keep on looking back and forth between the reference sheet, and you feel like something's missing, but there isn't. And you're so confused.
That's honestly
Kinda like
me with commissions that have super simple designs.
Yeah. Like I'm not like trying to be mean to simple designs. I honestly applaud them because it's actually kind of hard to like not do like a complex design as everyone does, you know, instead of keeping it like simple and sweet. But sometimes
There's
I feel like whenever
I'm feeling it, Emma, don't worry.
Excellent,
I
good.
didn't mean to. I'm sorry.
Don't worry about it, it's just a friend thing.
No, but whenever, you know, personally, if I try to do a simple design, I'm like, it feels incomplete, I must add more detail.
Same.
Yeah.
Claire, you're not allowed to agree.
I mean nothing.
Good. Yes.
I was about to be like, holds up my yellow characters that are simple, but I already know that they have gotten the sentiment of like medium level of detail, and I'm like, maybe not.
Maybe Sabrina.
One of the character actually looks like a plush that I have.
Oh?
So, it's like white with black spots, I forgot his name, with blue eyes.
Michael?
Yeah, Michael. Michael Jackson.
Maybe he's...
We need Elvis Presley.
Yeah. Let me see if I can search it up actually. I don't know when this came out, but I remember when someone like gave this to me, like, here you go, have this, even though you're probably not a huge fan of plushies anymore. Everyone in the chat is gonna be confused on, well, not in the stream chat, but in the Mon chat are gonna be confused on why I'm posting from drawings to plushies. But here it looks like that.
Oh.
Yeah. But yeah, I'd say that Michael's design is like semi simple and doable.
I think for me, what makes a character design complicated to do is a lot of color.
Yeah.
Like, I don't really care about the patterns and that kind of stuff. It's like, why have so many colors on one character? You don't need to make this one character a masterpiece.
Rainbow.
I don't know. You guys probably don't know what I'm gonna talk about because to be honest, I am not really into the fandom too, but that reminds me of, you know, Sparkle Dogs.
Blinks?
I think Gail would probably know what it is, but basically it's like a fursona with a bunch of neon and complicated colors.
Ah!
Some of them look really nice, but other times, let me see if I can grab one. Like, I really do respect the designers, but to give an idea, let me see if I can. Here you go.
Oh dear.
Imagine drawing that again.
Animating that thing would be hell.
Yeah. If you pay me a small loan of $1 million, I'll animate that character. Oh, I'm kidding. I don't do commissions.
Okay, hello?
Hello.
That's even too much for me.
I just, you know, I just think that, like, the colors on the body and everything else besides the head, like, works semi-well, but at the same time, it's, like, so much. Imagine, like, commissioning, like, oh my god.
I like the green and, like, peachy pink.
Yeah.
But, like, everything else kind of just clashes and distracts from that color palette too much.
Yeah.
Yeah. Needle changes color.
Oh boy.
Like, I'm not trying to make fun of this person at all. I actually respect, like, how they took their time to draw this, like, amazing art piece, but, like, wow.
I mean, that definitely has required some dedication.
Yeah. Let me see. But yeah, basically they're called Sparkle Dogs for that reason. It's usually because they have really complex, usually kind of neon colors.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah, it's not that common in the art community, but I can't really say much about it or else people are gonna come at me with pitchforks and torches.
I got newspaper.
Emma's choice of weapon, a newspaper.
Basically, that's me. I still need to remind myself to take my newspaper with me when I come pick you up.
Blinks?
I just sort of had a moment where I'm like, picking you up? What do you mean? Because I forget that you guys are actually real life friends. I'm sorry.
It's fine. I sometimes question it. Is our friendship actually a living meme? Or is it actually real? So, you know, I feel you there.
Both?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
So, what's the transport system like in Finland? Like, I heard that they only had trains and such, but in Gail's tweets, it seems like there are humans on, like, cars. Or, well, like, wheels.
Yep.
If you don't know what I'm talking about, I can link it, like, in the... Cause... Oh my god, I'm all over the place, I'm sorry. So what's the transport system like in Finland? There you go. You can just ignore everything else I said.
I would say it's pretty nice.
Yeah.
Hashtag humblebrag.
Can't find a tweet again.
How would Emma say?
I actually did not hear the question. I was busy watching the chat go down in the server.
Wait, what? Hold on.
The art channel.
Oh yeah, that hit and miss.
It's either you, Emmy, or Bramble. Thanks.
It's Emmy.
There you go. Even though I didn't do it, I'm just gonna... Okay. But yeah, we also have a server. If you guys don't know what we're talking about, it's in the description below. We have a good community there. And you can also chat with CuteFlare whenever she's online, which she's pretty much online like every day.
Yeah, hint hint, nudge nudge. Link is in the description.
Smooth transition.
I mean, pretty much.
Yeah.
Hashtag shameless ad.
We have a channel for art and such, and don't forget to read the rules, because we don't want any rule breakers. But yeah, the community is really fun and sweet, and I think, like, if you want to, like, be more, if you want to see more, CuteFlare content, we may also have, like, secret channels that you guys don't know about until you join the server, so the link's in the description below. And I'm horrible at advertising. I probably just made 50 users leave.
You're better at advertising than me and Flare are, because both of us are like, when do I plug my server here?
I mean, it's sometimes more refreshing to hear someone else be like, hey, I'm doing this advertising for you.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
And
It makes you look less like a jerk.
I mean, yeah. And also giving kind of like a view from an outsider and not by the owner of the server.
Yeah, basically, that's what I was trying to say.
Yeah.
Ow! Ow!
You okay?
Something's like poking me in my sock. I have no idea what is happening.
Is it your cat?
I don't have cats.
Wait, what?
I think there's like something stuck on my sock, and it's like poking at my toe, but I'm too distracted right now to care enough to take it out.
It's a ghost cat.
It's the cat that I had when I was a baby. I was gonna say the cat I never had, but then I was like, wait, I have had cats before.
Have you?
Okay, I found.
You may have told me about this.
When I was a baby, I had like 5 cats.
5?
Yeah, we had 5 cats when I was a baby.
And I thought I was the crazy cat lady.
Yeah, I really want to have cats, but I actually never had cats. We might be moving to like some sort of like bigger house like this year or probably next year, and we might be able to get some cats there, but it's all up in the air.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I found the video that I was talking about.
Good luck with the cats if you ever go ahead and get them.
Yeah.
Oh
They're
yeah,
cute.
this
They're
video.
cute.
Oh no, this video. I actually never heard this with music. Oh god.
You shouldn't.
I mean, I think the experience was funnier without any kind of a context, including the audio. Now that I watched it with audio as well.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
I mean, when I stumbled across that on Twitter, I was like,
Yeah. And then Flare made an account, which is also in the description below. I mean, I think it's in the description below.
What is?
Yeah, you can find her Twitter, like, at the very bottom of the description if you guys want to, like, follow her too.
I mean, there's a very high possibility that the current map art that I'm working on may get a preview on Twitter later today.
Yeah.
Hint, hint, nudge, nudge.
I think I probably just killed, like, 50% of the chat.
Don't worry, the chat has been very quiet today anyway, so...
Okay. Because usually whenever I hear someone advertise, I'm like, oh, I want to skip.
No, it has been pretty stable throughout the stream, yet today people haven't been so talkative.
Yeah. I mean, hey, that's... I mean, hey, if you're, like, doing, like, drawing and such, then I don't really blame you.
I'm sorry I'm not interacting in the chat. I'm actually here for once.
No. It's fine, I'm just staring at the chat waiting for someone to, like, say something.
I mean, Ivy was the spark of life before she left. Oh, how is that possible?
I think it might be... Do you have, like, a different browser that you can use that does it? Like, because maybe it's not your tablet, but the browser, how do I explain?
Why do you have content filter activated on your tablet?
I mean, it could be a younger audience who doesn't, you know, their parents don't want to let them see stuff.
I actually love it how we, like, the moment we started to pay attention to the chat, like, there came, like, 1 or 2 more people to the stream.
Yeah. Google and just browser in general. Maybe you should try, like, some of the, pre-downloaded browsers. Like, I forgot what it's called, but it's this blue icon with, like, a globe on it.
Internet Explorer?
Yeah, probably.
How dare you forget Internet Explorer?
Look, it basically got replaced by Microsoft Edge, so... Microsoft Edge is... It's not the greatest to use, and you can't delete it.
I mean, Internet Explorer, like, before its time, it was like... Yeah, it was beautiful crashing city. And very, very slow.
Yeah. Like, maybe back in, like, Windows XP times or something, maybe it was, like, the Lord and Savior, but, you know, right now it... No, who uses it?
It's
like,
more of like a
school.
shame of the internet browsers. Like
Yeah,
the black sheep of the family.
Yeah, it's more of like a school browser to use, you know? Like,
Yeah.
it's like the nostalgic, like, when you, like, those really bulky computers with, like, those, like, really clicky keyboards.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Yeah. Like, during computer lab, no one is allowed to talk, but the keyboard usually fills in that noise. Because there's that one kid who's just slamming the keyboards.
I hate those keyboards so much. My brothers both have those and they tend to stay up very fucking late, especially during the weekends. So, have fun trying to sleep!
Yeah.
While hearing the, like, noise in the background.
Yeah.
Fun.
Yeah, that.
I mean, my keyboard is kind of like flattish, so it doesn't make that much noise. I was just basically slamming on it, but for those, like, really clicky keyboards, yikes.
Yeah. I hate that they have made a full-on, like, they purposely designed a keyboard that clicks very freaking loud, no matter what key you press. Like, whose idea was it?
Someone thought it was the best idea in the world.
Say that to my sleep deprivation.
Oh gosh. But yeah, I remember that's actually how my old username went. You guys probably don't want to hear a story about this, but we were supposed to do this, how do I explain? It was this, you know, it was kind of like a ripoff of Cool Math for Kids.
Mm-hmm.
You know that site? Or you probably don't, but it looks really like old browser site where it's just compiled with stuff. But, how do I explain? It's like, I don't remember what it's called exactly, but I remember, the teacher was the one who had to give out, like, everyone's like usernames and passwords. And the usernames, there's only one good username during the whole pile of like 26. And that's just an estimate number because I forgot, you know, the true number. Hi, Ivy. But, basically my username was actually my old password, so I can't really say it, but, because I might be using it for other websites, which I may have not known that I am, because the password autosaver is a savior, please use it. But, yeah, my bus number was actually 131, so I'm like, you know what? I can't use my username as my password, so I guess I'll use Spoon131 as a password. But then I'm like, you know what? It looks kind of cool if I use it as a username, so I requested a change, and yeah, it was basically like the only username I had throughout like 2015, probably 2016, probably 2014 too. I don't know.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Sorry for rambling. I didn't mean to.
It's fine.
Yeah.
Oh, it seems like there is going on some excellent changes. Excellent exchanges.
Flare, when you make a pun, you don't push it.
Are you sure?
Stop it.
Stop it. Get some help.
But I'm exceptional.
No. No, you're not.
I feel bad that I laughed at that joke.
Good.
Or am I nog?
What was it?
Am I nog?
Oh yeah, I'm gonna have to take that water spray with me and spray the heck out of you when we meet.
Here comes the newspaper.
Or water bottle.
Or both.
Both!
Both!
I think I'm gonna have to save the newspaper when we get to my place though. Just to keep her in suspense.
Yeah, I was about to say but then I'm like, wait, I'm not going to your place. It would have been weird if I said
Aw.
Why it would
That's
have been
basically...
weird?
What, Flare?
Why would it have been weird?
Because, it's not like it's like an so it's usually like, I agree or I understand or any other positive response.
Yeah, I get
Or
you.
like, wow, I never knew that. But yeah, how do I explain? It'd be weird if I replied with Emma saying like, oh, maybe we should save it whenever we come over to, you know, my house, or Flare comes over to my house, and I was about to say but I'm like, wait, that would have been weird because I'm not going.
Or maybe you are.
No, the flights are too expensive. It's like $1,000, $2,000. And it's one stop too, so I'm gonna have to pay twice if I wanted to go back.
I mean, who says you have to pay? You could always break in and get into someone's luggage.
Human in a box challenge.
Will she survive, dead or alive?
Yeah. Top 10 people who cheated the system. Watch Mojo.
Oh, totally.
Number 10, Bramble Toccato.
No, stop!
I want to go on, but I'm gonna respect Emma's wishes.
My wishes?
For me to stop.
Or then you can try and push your boundaries, but whether you're gonna get slapped by a newspaper, that's another thing.
Does anybody know what a fursuit is, or is it just me? Fursuit.
You go, Spoon.
Yeah, I'm not like in the furry community, but I know what fursuiting is and such, and actually sort of fun, not gonna lie, but fursuiting in Florida sounds like hell.
Oh no, yeah.
But anyways, back to topic. Fursuiting is like when people get like a suits that are usually like a type of animal, like a canine, a feline, and sometimes they may go like a bit, you know, unique and do like sharks and all that cool stuff. But they get like either, I would go into full detail, but I'm afraid that someone who is a proud furry is gonna watch it and be like, she's doing it wrong. But it's basically just whenever someone gets a how do I explain? Gets a suit of the animal and then like wears it around. It could be like a full partial or just like a full costume. Also, Toby, English. I'm sorry. This is an English chat. You know, it'd be hard to understand what you're saying. I apologize. But yeah, yeah, sort of like that. People do fursuit commissions too, and you can, like...
They're expensive as all hell, though.
I know! I was actually curious. I was checking the cost. I'm like, wow, that's a lot of expenses to hide my ugly face.
Aren't they like thousands of dollars?
Yeah.
Not to even count shipping, because those things take space.
Yeah. I think, like, digigrade, suits, which are basically, like, illusion in the hind leg that makes it look like an animal hind leg. Yeah, those... Oh gosh. They look really pretty, but they're so expensive.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
And I bet the joy with like the people who are buying fursuits is that find a cute fursuiter that lives as close to you as possible. Or at
Also,
least
don't
in the
buy
same
one
country.
from China. If you've seen one from, like, if you've seen the whole chaos about China, then you'd understand.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Basically, like, I don't know if it's like a fursuit company or a singular person, but like in China, you know, they're known for their knockoffs, and they've been recently stealing like people's OCs and making their own like fursuits. Using that character design without asking in the first place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, China, why do you like to be so fishy?
Like, not gonna lie, China looks really pretty, and I'd like to visit. It's just they need to know the difference between their own stuff versus someone else's copyrighted stuff. Well, not really copyrighted because they don't have it like registered and stuff, but it's still like sort of copyright because, you know, you made it and such.
I mean, copyright is technically something that kind of exists, but if you want to make a trademark, which is a whole lot of more complicated thing.
Yeah, I remember.
So technically, you have copyright to your works, and
yeah.
As long as you technically can prove that it's your own, or you don't even have to prove it, you just have to know that you have made it.
Yeah. Now I remember. I was watching a video about copyright from a YouTuber, which I'm unsure if I'm allowed to say it on CuteFlare streams. No, I'm probably not gonna say it. But she was like basically talking about copyright and stuff, and it looks interesting, but it's also intimidating, you know? Like, if you wanted to draw fan art for a Disney character like Simba, you're getting sued. Well, I mean, it's not like an instant sue, it's like usually there's like a letter or something, but, it's scary.
Yeah, it is.
Because what if I just really liked the character and I wanted to draw like some fan art of it? They're like, no.
And nope.
Yeet.
Can we copy strike our fans?
Oh, I've heard about the chaos about the YouTube copyright system. It's getting worse.
It's a chaos and a half.
Yeah. I do appreciate that YouTube had thoughts that maybe like the users wanted to, you know, help the original content, but still it's letting more like false copyright things slide. I think they actually managed to get like Fat Rat's own song like taken down.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And that was a whole issue.
Mm-hmm.
So I must have heard about this.
Emma, I've been talking for so long, so maybe you can explain.
Someone completely unrelated to the Fat Rat somehow managed to copyright claim his own song. And this person doesn't, like, this person's last company didn't have any kind of content on their YouTube channel, their Twitter, I think it was also Instagram, completely empty, and still YouTube was like, oh, this seems legitimate, okay, let's just copy strike this person for this song, which is obviously stolen.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
So that's what's going on with YouTube. Thanks for watching. What was I was gonna say something like completely unrelated, but gosh, I forgot what it was. Oh yeah. Do you guys ever think about like going back to like Japan, or have you already been there like enough of times to be like, yeah, I'm done?
I mean, I would like to go there again, even if I have been there twice.
Yeah, I haven't actually been to Japan because, again, flights are expensive, but, yeah, it does seem like a pretty place. Also, the stream might be lagging a little bit.
Looking at my phone, it seems to be fine.
Okay. Maybe it's just my poor internet then.
Yeah, everything seems to be running smoothly.
But yeah, I think Japan looks really nice, and I'd like to go there someday, but at the same time, it's also like, you know, because I'm a thick boy, I'm fat, I don't want to like, thin Japan people looking at me like I'm some sort of like dwarf or something.
Mm-hmm.
I guess I'm afraid of being like judged in foreign countries.
Even if what?
Even if I don't understand what they're saying. I think, yeah, Japan, like, visiting Japan looks really nice, but also reality sets in, like, yeah. Sorry, I'm horrible at explaining stuff.
It's fine.
Yeah.
Do you have any plans for the day now?
Me?
Yeah, you.
No, I've actually just, you know, I was planning on making like hard-boiled eggs for lunch, but I was like, Flare streams come first.
I mean, if you're hungry, please go and eat.
No, it can wait.
You
At
don't
the very
want...
least, I'll probably have some water, but, you know.
Oh, be careful. You don't want them to lecture you about nutrition as well.
Yeah, that's what I was worried about, but Emma seemed okay.
Ice emoji?
No! Okay, maybe we should delete. Oh yeah, also I forgot to mention about CuteFlare server. If you use the bongo emoji too much, Emma will remove it, so please don't.
Yellow is the holy emoji. Use it wisely.
Your only warning.
I can imagine Emma as some sort of cop for some reason.
That's me!
But yeah, like, traveling out of the USA does seem really fun, but I don't, like... You know, it's, you know, flights are expensive, like I've said millions of times. And also because, I'm also afraid of being lost and not being able to get back to my home. You know?
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
Because I don't know what this mumble jumble is. Like, what is this language?
I mean, seeing how big Japan is, especially if you're in like Tokyo or something like that, then you should be able to find someone who speaks English.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like, this goes for like every country if I wanted to go. I mean, excluding... I shouldn't actually say that, never mind. Yeah, it goes for every country because I don't know, when, how do I explain? I don't know if, like, a country is, like, English friendly or not, and if I should just keep quiet or say something, because I've heard that some countries are more of, like, a quiet type, like Finland. Or, well, they're not really... How do I explain? Like, they... I don't want to say anything offensive to your country, it's what I've heard, that, you know, they like space and such.
I mean, if you really are lost, I mean, people don't mind helping you, even if they would prefer their personal space. But if you don't come off as rude, then there most likely is gonna be someone who is willing to help you.
Ah, okay. I was gonna... Yeah.
Claire,
Yeah,
remember that one night we went to walk the dogs and this one dude just drives up to us like,
Oh,
hey, my phone is not working, where do I go? And you being in like not very familiar place at all, and me being me, don't know where the heck these roads are. Neither of us knew how to help this guy.
And honestly, like, if it would have been one during the day, I would have been like, hey, no problem. Let's see. Maybe you should try this. Let me Google it for you. But it was in the middle of the night at like 1
Neither of us had
a.m.
our phones. Claire, neither of us had our phones with us.
Oh yeah, that was a problem too.
Yeah!
But even if we would have had phones, then again, there was 2 of us, so maybe I would have been a little bit more of like, yeah, sure, we can help this dude. Like, if the dude tries anything, at least we can, like, I don't know, fight.
Call the cops.
Like, afterwards, like, in that moment, I didn't think about it at all. But afterwards, I was like, we could have just gone and got our phones for this guy. And I felt so guilty for like the rest of the following day.
I wonder if the guy got back to his home safe and sound.
I hope so too.
If
They
I
say he's still walking.
The thing was, that guy was like 2 hours away from his home in the middle of the night.
Yeah.
Aw, that's kind of cold.
Yeah. So I felt a little guilty.
Yeah. I want to say something, but I already rambled for far too. Don't want, you know.
Oh, it is slowly getting 9:30.
I was actually just noticing the same thing.
Yeah, I forgot that you guys were in a different time zone. It's currently 2 p.m. for me.
People be like, oh, animating is easy and fun, then you go try it and get a hand cramp for a week. I don't know, know, I actually personally sometimes animating for me is more hand-friendly because I don't use as much pressure when animating, but then again, depends on a program.
It depends on the person.
Yeah, that too.
Because apparently I hold, like, pencils and pens incorrectly, as people told me. I don't know if you guys hold your pencils, like, incorrectly,
Yeah.
but mine
Yeah.
is usually just in a fist way.
Like mine is like, you know, imagine this quote-unquote correct way to hold a pen, and my fingers are like not there, but it's not exactly a fist either. Like some people point it out and some people don't. The most recent was like we were in school cafeteria and my classmate was like, "You're holding the fork wrong," and I was like, "I know."
Who would point out you're holding a fork wrong?
Someone who's a perfectionist.
Yeah.
Also, the thing about holding stuff wrong, like if you're holding a pencil or a fork or a knife or whatever, like incorrectly, it makes you, I guess, like, how did they word it? Like, it was an actual, like, scientific thing. Like, if you're holding it wrong, it might strain your hand a little faster than the correct way. Quote unquote correct way. And like this classmate of mine she's like the oldest of our class, so you could kind of imagine that she would go mom mode on anyone.
Yeah. Oh, so she's like an Emma clone.
I quickly went to find some reference from Google because I have no idea how to describe how I'm holding a pen.
So basically you're holding it the correct way. You have like you're holding it basically with your index finger, middle finger and thumb, while the ring finger and pinky finger are resting whatever you're holding your hand on. While I hold it with index finger, middle finger and thumb. Like, hang on. I messed up. Hang on. How do I hold a pen again?
Sorry, I didn't mean to, like, offend you or anything.
No, I'm not taking it in offense or anything. Like, while the correct way to hold a pen would be, like, with your index finger on top of the pen, I have both my middle finger and index finger on top of it.
I have, like, all four of my fingers except for my thumb, like, tucked in, and then my thumb is just sort of, like, on top. It kind of looks like a fist, but not really, because you're supposed to put your thumb, like, in there or something. I would take a photo, but that'd be kind of weird.
I mean, when you're
How?
Because my hand, one time, I posted an image of my hand in, like, a server, then I got the new nickname Baby Hands. Hello.
I'm back.
Hi.
Hello.
Back again.
Yep.
for like few minutes.
Yeah, I figured. I was like, watch me come back in right as she's ending the stream.
I thought that I will finish sketching this one frame, and that would be a good idea.
How long do you think it's gonna take?
I'm halfway there. I guess like 10 more minutes.
Yeah.
I guess I can handle 10 more minutes before I hop over to shower.
Yeah.
I was expecting you to say toilet.
Nope.
Not this time.
Nah.
Yeah. Well, we were talking about how we hold our pens, how there's how I wanted to take a photo of my hand, but I did that once in another server and I got the new nickname Baby Hand. Yeah.
And also when you were, like, Emma, talking about the index finger, like, I sometimes have my index finger, like, touching the surface, whatever I'm doing. But sometimes it's also, like, it's not, like, I never have it on top of the pencil, but I sometimes have it, like, you know, at the side of the pencil to give it, like, more sturdy feel.
We're gonna have to compare our pen holds when you come over here. How do you hold a pencil? That's my glasses.
And actually,
Top 10 experiment.
oh yeah, definitely. Actually, when Emma was talking about the and hi LPS, Mintuki, so welcome to the stream. And as Emma was talking about holding forks, actually I can draw it on the stream. Like, a sensible person would hold their fork like this. Excuse me, this is going to be very beautiful fork.
Pretends that I can see it. That looks nice.
That fork, hell yeah.
Anyway, people are holding it kind of like that the nails kind of like point downwards. I hold my fork like I have the stuff like upwards, and people are like, why do you hold it like that? I kind of like hold it like a spoon, technically.
Well, that's a snazzy fork.
Ain't it beautiful?
I don't think I've ever paid attention to that. Now when we actually meet again, I'm gonna be like, how the heck?
Oh man, I imagine this was stuck in the map part along with Lost Potato.
Now, just because.
Yeah.
You what, Wolf?
Emma's gonna have to drive down there now just to figure out the answer.
I'll keep you posted.
Please do.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
I'll help you buy the train ticket.
I wish I could help, but I'm all the way in the USA.
Oh, I am too. I was just gonna like PayPal Emma.
Oh yay, okay. Well, let's both meet up and then we can go to Flare and Emma's and
Oh dear.
forks and such.
Because seeing how people hold forks, like, yeah, that's totally a requirement for friendship.
Yes.
Mom,
If
do
you
you
hold
mind
forks
if
differently.
2 random people from the USA are coming over to check how we hold our forks?
Yeah.
Is that okay?
Oh my god.
And also steal like our pastry.
Oh dear.
No, not really. I bet that the ingredients are in Finnish, so Finnish, that's not.
Yeah!
I mean, me and Emma speak Finnish all the time.
Isn't it actually called Finnish or in what? There's like an actual name for it when you're speaking like Finnish and English at the same time.
I guess Google is our friend.
Google, help me out a little bit again.
Sorry, Emma, for the DM.
Don't worry about it. Hang on.
Oh, that reminds me. I was meant to
Yeah,
ask you a
dude.
question and I totally forgot about it.
Who?
Emma.
Yeah?
Flare mentioned you used a different editing program than whatever
yeah.
you use now before that. Do you remember what it was called?
Can you repeat? You kind of glitched out a little bit there.
Oh boy, give me 1 second.
1, 2, 3.
Emma, if you want to hold yourself over, you can check the DMs for a lovely image.
Hopefully this works better. Flare was telling me at one point you used another editing program besides Sony Vegas because I was looking for something because I have a new laptop and it doesn't come with Movie Maker, so I'm trying to look at something to edit a PNV I want to do. And she told me maybe to ask you that you might know something.
What was that program called? But like, I personally wouldn't really recommend it. It's like, as soon as you try to like, I tried to edit with it, but it was like very confusing when it came to formats and like settings and that kind of stuff. And as soon as I figured it out, it just didn't want to work for me at all. I can't remember the name of it.
Okay, that's fine. I'll keep it, but thank you.
Of course.
Windows Movie Maker, I thought that died? Like, I thought that was, like, discontinued?
Yeah, it is. It's no longer
Yeah,
a
you kind of have to download and install it these days.
Oh boy, on like suspicious, malicious sites.
Yeah, which I really don't want to do it.
Yeah. I think, honestly, just get like, if you're looking for an editing program that can like edit your pictures together, there might be, how do I explain? I can't really suggest much because I don't know anything about editing programs, but maybe like someone else on YouTube made a video about it because it's like a common thing. Like a common problem for those who are starting out to be like, what editing program should I use, you know?
Mm.
So yeah, maybe like check YouTube or something. Maybe they might have some suggestions.
Thanks, I will definitely try.
My stomach is in pain because I haven't eaten anything.
Go and eat.
Spoon.
But what if I want to stay for the last 2 minutes?
Spoon.
We will
You should
remain
go
in the
and-
server. We are not running away. You can still chat with us later if you don't make it at the end of the stream.
I know, but still, what if I want to be at the...
No.
I mean, as long as just a few more minutes, I can handle it.
No, you can't. Absolutely not. Go and
Go get
eat.
food.
Finlish!
No.
Oh no, don't you even. That was in English. Go get food.
I think this frame is done.
Yay!
Yay, I can go
Yay.
do the unstinky.
Unstinky.
I'm gonna appease the sewer cards. I can't talk. Ugh.
Actually, I might delete the DM since it's a bit weird. Oh, never mind, you already saw it! Okay. So what sort of candies do you have in Finland?
I haven't eaten candy in a very long time. It's mostly just chocolate these days.
I know that we're nearing the end of the stream, but you know that.
I mean, we can save the topic for like later. And
Flare should probably end the stream so she can go to bed.
Yeah.
thanks, moms.
Go sleep. Now.
I mean, Emma,
I
you
need
should also go.
evening
to sleep.
snack!
Shoo! Sleep!
Anyway, as those two are very prominent, I have to leave. I shall finish off the stream for now. Quite a few in-betweens done during the stream. I have been productive. That's good. So, Spoon, Emma, or Emichu as you can read it at the corner, and Wolf, thank you very much for joining me. I hope you have had fun.
Hi, I'm here
course.
too.
Thank you everyone who has watched since the beginning or joined at the end of the stream. I hope you had a lot of fun, and I shall see you all on the next stream. See ya!
Bye!